Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello, Make It Karen. Ataraxis. I'm early for me. I finally got it together. Good to see you daily, not so departed. Can you guys hear me? Okay, perfect. Hi, Jersey Jan. Thank you. Perfect. How you guys doing? Hi, Patty. Hi, Glenda. Daily, not so departed. My sister does this, daily, not so departed. She does this thing. She won't say it, but she goes, I'm doing well, Ataraxis. Thank you, Spiritual Sean. Hello. I feel you, Mega Karen. Thank you, Spiritual Sean. Just waiting for more people. Hi, Carol. Taco 10 times. Just cleansing my decks, clearing them, preparing them. Excuse my bookcase, it's very messy. Well, this is not my bookcase, it's my card case. My rods have oxidized. Is that normal? Does anyone use rods in here? I saged all my crystals for the first time last weekend and made my room smell like cigar smoke. I don't care for that smell. What kind of sage did you use? Hi, Kath. Yeah, I don't like white sage either. I don't like it. I don't like the smell either. And it's nauseating to me. I like Palo Santo. That's the only thing I use. I like white sage candles, but the actual I saged yesterday. Hi, Linda. Oh, yeah, it's my favorite scent when it comes to saging. I like using that. It's a good smell. It's Oh, Carol. Chicken destroyer. Chicken destroyer. I can't see. Hello. Hello, chicken. I'll just call you that. Hi, Green Eyes Bunny. Welcome. Hi, Moya. Thank you. What am I reading tonight? I'm not sure. A few things. Hi, Twig. So when you let's say you go to one of my videos. Hold on. Let me go to my channel real quick. Let's say you go to my channel, you'll see like tabs. Well, that's too complicated. When you go into one of my videos, next to you'll see the title there, and underneath you'll see my icon or avatar. and you'll see a black join button. And you just click that if you go into one of my videos, Spiritual Sean. Hi, Pat. Hi, Cheryl. Thank you. Thank you, Helen. Hello. If you're on a smartphone, let me see. I'm not sure either. I don't use. Hold on. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. This is channel messages. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't show. I don't see it either. Thank you, Flower Power. We're at 58. What time is it? Okay, we're going to start at 8:15. Oh, Julie. I don't like incense either. I've tried. I just don't like them. Incense remind me, there's certain scents that remind me of times that are in 2020, the pandemic. A lot of people in my house was using incense. I don't like that smell. 4 minutes. If only, Spiritual Sean. Does anyone here use rods? We need work for the people. Hi, BDR. Does anyone use rods? Do they oxidize this way? Do they turn this color? See the handle? I don't like that. And this smells like copper. Oh, you can polish them? I didn't know that. Yes, Kristen, they do. Oh, see, I didn't know that. Is it expensive? Wow, Julie, I'm glad. Julie said you inspired me to work with my pendulums again. First time since the 90s. Oh, okay, spiritual. Probably under $10. I could go for that. You think you were drawing in prank spirits? Flower power? How? The rods are too slow for me. I don't dislike them though, but. Oh, okay, Carol. Thank you. Maybe you need to get the right pendulum, Kristen. Kristen, maybe you could use, it doesn't have to be an actual pendulum. Anything, I shouldn't say anything, but most things could be a pendulum. A necklace you really like, or something that's your own. You could use that. You don't know if your pendulum's accurate. I'm worried my own biased insight might influence the way it moves. I used to worry about that. I used to worry about that. Sometimes it moves in a way that I don't expect, though. That's pretty much affirmation that. Thank you, Mama Llama. Hi, Frank. It's okay. We are just talking. We didn't do anything yet. Okay. Sleep with it under your pillow, your pendulum, or sleep with it next to you. Put it with your jewelry. Put it with things you wear. But get your energy on it. Me too, Kristen. Hi, Transcend. How are you feeling tonight? What's a feeling that you are experiencing, or emotion that you're experiencing? Hopeful? Nice. Spiritual Sean. Carol loves her pendulum. Jersey Jan, anticipation. Focus. Green Eyes Bunny. Nice. Quiet. Glenda. Calm. Linda. Tired. Love naps. Transcend. Optimistic. Very nice. I like that. Doing all right. The weather is beautiful right now. It's raining over here, Kristen. Storming. I'm doing pretty good. I need to eat something. Flower Power has a beef with spirits. Kim, you are going. Do you think that the citizens will get any monetary compensation after all the shenanigans? Will we get a monetary compensation, Pat? I don't know. I'm just here, no complaints. I like a good storm too, Kristen, so long as my power stays on. I love taking a nap when it's raining. It's very nice. I want to hear how you learned that Edgar Cayce was your guide and he just introduced himself. Did he just introduce someone? It is sprinkling rain here. It's really, really raining here. It's been raining since the afternoon. So Carol wants to know how I learned Edgar Cayce was my spirit guide. Someone, well, I can't remember exactly who. A couple of months ago, they kept asking me to channel him, and I finally did a bit ago. And it was honestly the first time where the answers I received was clear, where they felt, when I channeled him, it felt like he was channeling me. And I see your question, SVN. And it felt like he was channeling me. I felt like he was mentoring me, guiding me. He was just picking things from my mind before I could even think of the question. He speaks very quickly, and it felt like he was honestly reading me. And I like that because a lot of times I feel like I understand people, but they don't understand me completely. Or maybe I don't let them, I don't know. But I was like, wow, this is full clarity. This is very, and I felt like he would say, when I first channeled him, he would say, you know this, you know this, you know this. And at that time, I didn't know if he was my spirit guide, but I felt very connected. I want to learn from him. And so the next time I channeled him, or maybe the third time, I can't remember, I asked him if he was my spirit guide, and he said yes. He chose me. Hi, Sharon. So he chose me, and he is the one that I honestly feel most connected to. Like we're in the same. His answers are clear, even his philosophical ones. I understand not to say I don't understand my guides. They each give me different things, but he is the one that I feel the closest to now because things are completely clear with him. Hi, baby. I like B too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, Carol. It is very fast. Carol said, I know what you mean. Spirit is very fast when I do mediumship. I get the thought and it comes out of my mouth at the same time. Do I know what he did when he was alive, Linda? He gave psychic predictions. He was very religious. He always smokes a pipe when I see him. And that's what he did. He smoked a lot. I looked that up because I was wondering, and his wife always wanted him to stop smoking. He would give predictions through sleeping, through dreams, if I understand correctly. Hi, Scorpion. Yes, psychic doctor. He's really, honestly, I think after I've, how do I explain it? I feel like I've had multiple spiritual awakenings, or at least this whole big spiritual awakening of my life. I've gotten downloads, and each time I'm lifted higher, and it's more intense. And he was a part of this last one. I'm in one now, I know for a fact, but um, just knowing, feeling completely sure on giving predictions. I wouldn't do that before, really, not really, and feel sure. There's earthquakes. A huge earthquake just happened. So those sort of things that he shows me, and I just say, feeling comfortable. Oh, nice, Pat. Thank you, Scorpion. I have not. I've heard of Dolores Cannon. I have not read her books. I want to, though. Wow. Wow, Carol. Mm-hmm. Dolores Cannon seems interesting. I have to learn more about her. That's a good idea, Spiritual Sean. My guys told me my main purpose is to teach. I do love teaching. I really, really enjoyed, you know, teaching. Would love to know what you think about her. 3 waves of volunteers. I have to read up on that. Dolores Cannon would be an interesting one to channel. She got a lot of info through hypnosis. Oh, thank you, Julie. Thank you, Flower Power. I started doing supervising this year. I really like it. Really enjoy it. Thank you, Spiritual Sean. Oh, okay. It's always nice to learn what your purpose is. Ah, medical compliance. Yeah, I'll read up on her tonight. When are these career politicians going to let go and let the next generation start making some meaningful progress? When they start getting voted out, because that's what's going to happen. Very true, Frank. Dolores Cannon and others helped to bring us to this point. I personally believe we're now in a new era of trusting our own angels and guides. We are the catalysts for the change we want to see. Very true. Thank you, Prof. Karen. So I was in the shower where I do all my big girl thinking. And one of the things that came to mind was talking about what we have learned from this experience, what we're going through currently. So, what do you guys feel like you've learned or are learning or want to learn? How to manage my expectations, patience. Yes, patience. Yeah, Clarence. Yes, Julie. That No Child Left Behind was a mistake. Hi, Clarence. Patience, tolerance, and detachment. Calmness. Learning to engage less on the noise of media. Yes, Dougie. Balancing righteous anger with compassion. Very nice. Trying to be the observer. Compassion and love. Very nice. Being an observer. How to clear out the noise. Narc abuse cycle. I see that a lot with a lot of people lately. Kristen. How to laugh in the craziness. That's my favorite thing to do. Laugh and joke. Laughing is a really good defense mechanism, actually. People don't think that, but the truth, that's a myth. That is not. Humor is a good defense mechanism. How to sleep until it's over. Discernment, Linda, yes. How to watch without reaction. Oh, yeah. Ataraxis. The value of nature. Nice, Jersey. Respect of our differences and uniqueness are a must for our own survival and for us to thrive in this world. Love, not hate. How to limit the amount of time watching. We are all one, but connecting with nature is healing and calming. Very true. I think what I have learned is to trust my instincts and my intuition more. I always used to do things in the past without realizing why I'm doing them. But I realize now that's just a part of my gift or, my abilities. I no longer have space for those that have low agendas. Very true. And grounding helps you to be in the moment. Yes. Yes, spirituality is different from religion. That's a good one, Ataraxis. And try to remember that we are souls first. We are all on our own paths. How to roll your eyes at the silliness. I do that often. There is a higher power. You choose what that power is, too. Everything made so much more sense after yesterday. What happened yesterday, SVN? My aesthetic is confusion, so. Thank you, Mama Llama. I have strengthened my faith in higher power, begin to trust my intuition, calm my spirit, seek enlightenment on the gifts we are born with. You have ignited the new energy. Nice, Pat. What happened yesterday? I don't have. You guys need to explain. What is it? I love having a personal connection with Source without an institution telling me what I'm doing is wrong. Yeah, Mike Karen, that triggers me. And the thing about it is like, I like the idea of religion and what it's supposed to be. I like the rituals, I just don't like the way people use it and ruin it. Oh, okay. You choose the higher power. What I mean by that? It kind of goes in the vein of we are all on our own spiritual. It's like I am a spiritual person. Yes, spiritual shine. You are the control. It could be a tree. It could be the sky. It could be whatever it is. It could be music. It could be movies, laughter, whatever enriches you, grounds you, keeps you well, keeps you kind. It could be anything. Right, Julie. Exactly. Religion when it's pure and beautiful. I just want, I really, religion is by itself without man's intervention, is pretty great. I don't go to church. I was raised Christian, but I don't necessarily, I guess if someone was to ask me, I'd be like, okay, I'm more spiritual, but I do believe in God and Jesus and stuff, because the idea, what I believe they stand for is what is supposed to, what it stands for, not what someone standing up there speaking their opinion through, I don't know. That's a whole other thing. But the idea of it and the rituals of different religions is very beautiful to me. The rituals of Catholicism are much like the rituals of, a Baptist church, or the rituals of Judaism. It's beautiful. Yes, it has become a lot about money, prosperity preaching, and it's just so not good. I do love rituals and prayers. I love the ritual of Catholic Mass, but I don't want to join in community with people who are Catholic lobbyists or people who, yeah, I don't like that either. Power and influence, use it. Yeah. When I go, honestly, I prefer um, when I go on a holiday with my family every once in a while. I just like the singing, and that's it. I like the kind, people are kind, but there's certain things of when that person is up there and they're saying things that aren't in alignment with what you say it's supposed to be. I can't go with that. Right, LLC. Because to me, the ritual is what makes you the closest. It's just you and whatever you're. I know, no. I joined the church last year and went to a meet and greet and was just disappointed by the people I met. I was extra upset. Hmm. Jews and the members were trans and super. What was the name of the church? That's a good feeling, Kristen, when you go. That's what it's supposed to be. I agree, Frank. Churches that introduce politics should pay taxes. I did in grad school, I did a report on Quakerism. I would be a Quaker. I kind of wanted to be one. There ain't nobody up there. Your relationship is just with God. They're very accepting. They do a lot of social work. Quakers. Your relationship is personal. They call it the light, which is God. It's a personal relationship. They believe you don't need someone in between you and that. Nice, Sharon. Yeah, the prosperity gospel. It's a lot. The prosperity gospel is a lot. He would be flipping table. He would be. But first he'd make a joke. And then he'd flip the table. You got kicked out a lot, Carol? There's a lot of religious trauma that people go through. Hello, chosen one. So what do you guys want me to read on? He'd make a joke and get smart with someone, and then Jesus would. He would. Have you ever thought about teaching a class on reading cards? I have thought about that. Is that something you're interested in, Green Eyes Bunny? Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button. Okay. I could do that. It's a good idea. I really, for a while there, I thought, are the survivors going to be safe and protected? It is a nice chat. How do I know you're channeling the right person, or know it's your own thoughts? Nice question, Ataraxis. All of them, no. I when I channel someone, they don't sound like me. They say things I would normally not say. They say phrases I would never say. I feel their energy. I feel who they are, personality traits. Um, and I'm pretty, when I do personal readings for past loved ones, and I always, before I give the messages, I always give a little snapshot of who they are, what I see, what I feel, different traits. Or they'll tell me something and I'll put it in as a message, something only the person would know. Usually that affirms a lot. I've never had a moment where it was my own thoughts. It's just a feeling that I know that I am channeling. This is not my energy or my thoughts. Sometimes I'll be like, am I crazy? This is crazy. But I have to accept that it's real. How long did it take you to learn the meanings of all the cards? I started dabbling. I'm going to answer your question about the survivors. I started dabbling, yes, Ataraxis Bagman, or the joke JFK made when I channeled him. But I started, Frank asked, how long did it take you to learn the meaning of all the cards? I'm still learning the meaning, first of all, but I started dabbling in tarot, I want to say 2019. My first deck was angel cards. They were a tarot card. Where are they? Let me see if I could find them. This was my first deck. Doreen Virtue. I mean, she's not into this anymore, I think. But that's a whole other thing. But that was my first deck. And I really honestly got into them. I was sort of spiritual, kind of. I was running a spirituality group. And I learned from this deck. And then in 2020, I really got heavy into it. I created a routine where I would pull cards. I would learn their meaning. I would read about them, and then I saw a video, I still was but I watched the video one day because I was down on myself about, it's just me, imposter syndrome, high expectations about learning the cards and their meaning, and this is what it's supposed to be. I was very sort of rigid. And then I watched the video. I can't remember the name of the person, but he said it was about she became very highly religious, and I don't know if she changed her mind, but yeah, she denounced all of her spiritual work. Okay. But yes, we do doubt ourselves the most. But this man was talking about reading cards, and he just said there's no right or wrong way. Because the cards have so many different interpretations, and it's what you see, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. So that's when I've really relaxed, and now I just could do it in my sleep, honestly. The cards just really guide me. They don't predict or tell the future. I already know what I feel, and the cards just affirm that for me. All right, so let's get back to that question about the survivors. I see your other question about Baltimore. Jason. Yes, the cards are assistants. And what a lot of what a lot of people don't understand, there's because you're psychic doesn't mean you're not religious, or you know what I mean? It doesn't mean that. The survivors will be safe. Six of Cups jumped out. They do need a lot of healing. They were very young, a lot of them. It's going to be tough for them. They'll be safe. So I have the Six of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Six of Swords, the Tower. Nope, sorry, that was second. Six of Swords. No, the Tower came before. Six of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Death, Ace of Swords. They'll be okay. End of Pain, Ten of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Cooperation. Looking backwards for them is causing them some of them some pain, some re-traumatizing them. But they're fighting. The Tower means they're shaking things up. Their words are, their words are tearing down old structures. But they want to escape from this too. They'll be safe. They'll be safe. I saw an article, I gleaned an article. I don't know if it's a rumor or not, but it was from a news source that, it was a normal news source that they, in these files that they have, they blocked out all the Republicans, and there is backfire with the DOJ. Hi, Aquarius. It's all about the survivors. There is no lust that's not coming. Yes. They are finding strength by being in each other's company. Hi. Hi, Angel. Not while he's alive. That's correct. How could you just throw away an entire spiritual practice, Jason, you know? Could be Green Eyes Bunny. They just need someone to listen and to not sensationalize and to listen to their experience, not to sensationalize things and focus on the perpetrator so much, as opposed to listen to them and their experience. Let's look at Baltimore. I think she met a man and dropped everything. Probably. As a victim myself, I feel injustice. I feel them. He might try to with Baltimore. He might try to. We have Three of Swords. This is about the Baltimore question. So I want to repeat it down in the chat for me. Page of Pentacles. The Star. Page of Swords. Five of Pentacles. Eight of Wands. Two of Swords. Knight of Wands. Will SCOTUS rule against the victims? I feel like the answer is no, they won't. There's a lot of power there. There's a lot of energy. That's because y'all compared him to something good. Y'all did that. I still eat tacos. They're delicious. You like shrimp tacos, Carol? I don't like shrimp. I don't like seafood. I'm a very picky eater. I'm going to pull to see what the cards say. But it feels very... I see them cheering, you know. Only fish I eat is salmon. That's it. I honestly feel like I'm gonna... I like a lot of... I think one of my past lives I was Jewish. I'm pretty sure I was. I feel so connected to Judaism, the faith, the language, the food. I feel a kindred connection to it. The answer is yes. I feel okay, so we have the Eight of Swords. This is them being silenced. Okay. This is the trapped sort of things that need to be said, mental restriction, verbal restriction. Knight of Pentacles, it'll be slow, the decision. They'll carefully weigh this. They'll take this serious because it's very serious. The Hierophant is the Supreme Court. You don't want no Arby's clearance. Their fries are good. I don't mind Arby's. Honestly, I don't mind Arby's. I've never been to Mojo Korean Fusion. Knight of Swords, things picking up. There'll be a lot of Queen of Swords. Okay. I'm carefully considering the world. Knight of Cups, support. I love Arby's. Six of Pentacles. I don't like roast beef, but I don't hate roast beef, you know? So, yes, they will. I see them cheering. I see celebration. Feels shocking. I feel you, Frank. It's expensive eating out. Thanks, Jerome. No. Can we trust MTG? I said no because I don't like. I didn't even really look, but no. I don't trust anyone. Can't trust them. Anyone. Yes, Scorpion. We are all born with spirit guides. Who's Perch? I don't know these people. Can we trust MTG? What's her name? How do you... I always have been calling her... Her name is Marjorie or Majorie? I do offer channeling services, SVN. I've been calling her Marjorie for the longest time. It's Marjorie, not Majorie. I think I've been calling her Majorie. I have not been calling her the right name since she popped up. And her eyes are too close to her nose. I did say it right. Okay. She's so obnoxious. Oh, thank you. An Italian Sicilian. She's up for re-election. Get her out of there. Get her gone. She needs to go. They all gotta go. Get her out. Can we trust her? No, we cannot. The tower. The fool. She's just out for her own power. That's it. The Emperor. 5 of Pentacles. She doesn't have any. She's very isolated. Not a lot of people like her, I'm assuming, by this card. Page of Wands. No, she can't be trusted. She's a scheming scammer who scams and schemes. Kim, next time Scooter comes through, please give him my regards. I feel he gave my Buffy my loved one's child. I miss Scooter. Insider trading should get her. Yeah, she's a scammer. She has very foul energy. I know this is not very spiritual speaking of someone like that, but will SCOTUS mess with marriage equality and when they codify it? Would they codify it? Would they mess with marriage equality? Is that on their agenda? That would mess up, there are a lot of people in the community who are also Republicans. That would mess up a lot of stuff for a lot of people. Not just, not everybody who is a part of the LGBTQA plus community is, on the left. MAGA will turn on MTG. Okay, Carol. What did Charles say? I missed it. Julie. Charlie Kirk has the same issue with his eyes too close together. Wait, what was the question? Oh, will SCOTUS mess with marriage equality? I don't. If that's on there. If they go after marriage equality, that is a straight line to interracial marriages. Clarence Thomas won't be voting against them. Right. Oh, Lord. It's not just an issue that affects, you know what I mean? They'll try something, but it won't be successful. 5 of Pentacles. The Hangman. There'll be lots of delays. 3 of Wands. Judgment. 9 of Swords. High Priestess. It affects everyone. Yes. 7 of Swords. Magician. 2 of Wands. Feels like maybe. It doesn't feel... Let's see. Will the Supreme Court try to go after marriage equality? Will the Supreme Court try to go after? I'm just saying no. Still strong, too. It'll be very difficult for them. She is greedy. Patty T. And Kamala's book tour possibly going to turn into her starting a campaign to run again? No, but it will seem that way. Patty. She's smart. You're welcome, Clarence. She's smart. She's so smart. It's going to seem like it, Patty. This is almost like a test also to see how people will respond to her. This is to prove, Patty, that she did win. That's why she's doing this. Thank you, Frank. She didn't. She did not lose. She will be safe, Clarence, yes. That's what she's doing, Angel. She's stepping back. She is very skilled and strategic. Possible, Mama Llamas. I feel the book is going to reveal some truth, and that's why the deranged one took her Secret Service protection away to deter her. Yes. possible. That's right. He will not like her stealing the spotlight. They've been scared of her. He is very vindictive, yes. I do. That's the moment I knew that she was the one, when she made him cry, Brett Kavanaugh. He's sending people to Alabama. He's a dummy. What do you guys think will happen with Kamala? Night, Kristen. Will Trump's what save him, Melissa? Jay and Melissa? Oh, no. He won't. Would she decide to run in 2028? She's not interested in the DOJ. Will she run in 2028? You don't think she should run? Like Christmas 2025? Free in what way? Would she choose a Republican for a running mate? She wouldn't. It would have to be someone. It would have to be someone. It'll be before Christmas, I think. Jay, Melissa. My guys told me. I'm just reading what they posted. My guys told me by Christmas 2025 we can be free. Sure, by Christmas if he's gone. Will she choose a Republican for a running mate? I could see her doing that, but I don't think she would. She would be open to doing that, but she wouldn't. No, they wouldn't support that. That would be a terrible idea. But I could see it would be interesting, but put a damper on things. Maybe we'll come to her to run again. I don't really agree with Liz Cheney's. You fight against MAGA and Trump, but she's still kind of. Can we make Pelosi, Schumer, and Jeffries go away? Ooh. He has a. Pete Buttigieg. I never know how to say his name. Is he going to be in her cabinet? He has a really strong, successful energy. I don't know if I think he would be. Let's see. I don't think she would. She wouldn't. I can never. How do you pronounce his last name? I'll just call him PB. Would he be in Kamala's cabinet? No. He could be the VP. I don't know if he's prepared for that. ChatGPT has a list of what? Did you recently mention something about dark money going away in the next 10 or so years? Dark money? I don't think I mentioned something about dark money. Right, Blam Girl. She did. That's why I'm like, no. I'm not giving anyone. I'm looking for the perfect candidate. And people say, oh, there's no perfect candidate. Where we are now, perfect. You have to be. Not giving anyone any leeway. Which GOP is on Grindr? When it comes to sexuality, it's just sort of like, that's not our business. It's not, for me, it's just like, okay, it's not scandalous, because whether or not someone is queer is so not an issue to me. It's just like a regular regular day at the movies, or that's less scandalous. Well, Melania go find her pool boy when Trump goes. She waiting for that check. I saw her, what she was wearing at his funeral. This dark veil, this hat, this big hat. Saw her speaking. Also, everything I say here is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say here is for informational purposes only. Everything I say here is alleged. Even in the chat. Even in the comments. Will we be able to eventually get big money and religion out of politics? Yes, I was talking about Pete Twig. 3 decades from now, dearly not so departed, there'll be a separation. I know it's a long time. Yes, Sharon. That's exactly Sharon said people will remember why they liked her and wanted Kamala to be president just by her being out doing her book tour. And I agree with you. Oh, thank you. You notice you don't see none of the kids, Eric, in it. They just, whew. They are, Eric and Don Jr. are, I don't, they're abused. They're neglected. I kind of feel bad for those two. Sorry, Daily Not So Departed. Common and I are the same age and are both Libras. Once we realize it's too messy, after we give it all, we stay away. They will come to her. They will come. Very true, Aquarius. No flip-flopping. Yes, please like the video. I can't wait for her book to come out, too, Bree. He wants to run for president? Good luck, Eric. Oh, Lord. Please don't. Please don't. Please. Yeah, he's going to jail. That's his path. He's coming back out this month in a big way. Sometimes it's kind of a joke. I saw your comment, no more Trumps. And I was thinking, what if they keep cloning him, but they can't get it right? So he just comes out like the way he is. Stupid, can't form a sentence sort of thing. And that's his actual clone. Eric eats paste, Clarence? You can go on her website, Angel. Why do you think Nikki Haley's been so quiet since the RNC? She's a flip-flopper big time. No telling what she's up to behind the scenes. I believe that Scorpion is... I think that's a known... It was in that document... Well, it wasn't. It was a movie that was about him. That was in the movie. I could be wrong. Could have been another wife or someone else, but it was in the movie. I think it was her. Nikki Haley's been quiet. Let's see. The flip-floppers are a disaster. Does anyone in the GOP have any convictions of their own? Yes, Mega Karen. There's a small group. They do. But is Gavin Newsom going to run? I hope not. He's in a good place where he is right now. Governor of California. Why is she so quiet? Nikki Haley. Yes, he's going. Clarence. Well, they try to get rid of Magic Mike. Well, if he runs, I won't vote for him because he's not the one. And not just because of Kamala. It's just I have a lot of issue with him. It'll just be the same old thing all over again. So, we need something different. I don't know. He's a great. I'm not saying he's bad, but I'm just tired of, Do I have a candidate in mind? I don't know. Trying to run for California governor. Nikki Haley. I don't know. She's Queen and King of Swords. It feels like she's just sort of minding her own business. Nikki Haley. Queen of Swords, Seven of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Four of Wands, King of Cups, King of Swords. She alright. There ain't nothing. She just in her own. Feels like she's focused on herself. I don't like that. You know, having conversations with right wing extremists, and I don't know. You try not to. I just have a problem with it. So, agreeing about. I don't want to get into it. It's disappointing. Right, Ataraxis, but we don't forget. Blam girl, that's not what we need. I hear what you're saying, but nothing will change. Everything has to change. Everything. People are just tired, is what I feel in the energy. I used to feel that way too. I honestly was caping pretty hard for. That's my lesson. We have to stick with what we got. And no, yeah, no, no more. I'm not giving any leeway. Or it's too much. It's too many vulnerable people suffering, and yes, that has happened even under the Biden administration. But it's too much. I can't give anyone any leeway. There's difference from imperfect. You know, there's the homeless population or the houseless population, the transgender population. I can't. We got to go with what is. We do need a perfect candidate. They will destroy. She would be a good candidate, Crockett. She has a lot to learn. She is one to watch. She's going very far, Jasmine Crockett. AOC is too. She has a lot to learn. What are we asking Edgar? Could we see Jasmine Crockett as POTUS down the line? She has too much. She has a lot to do in between that and a possible run for president. Let's see. She has a lot of power. She has a lot coming towards her. She has a lot of confidence to build. Jasmine Crockett. I don't think they can push her out. I'm not sure if they can. Hold on, let me see what the cards. We need to stay away from Bernie too, his message. We need something different. I'm not shading Bernie Sanders, but when I say different, I don't want to see or hear the same thing over and over from years and years and years. I'm tired of it. You want to make people listen? Do it different. They have to restructure. The Democrats have to restructure. They get the message out, but it's the same message that no one wants to listen to. That would be a disaster if Cardi B was president. She needs to stay where she is. Me too, no. He is a little divisive. Jasmine Crockett is going to go far. It's going to be slow going for her, progress-wise, but she's going to be pretty. Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Four Swords, the Hermit, Queen of Wands, Six of Pentacles, and Eight of Wands. Slow and steady, progress. At a point, she's going to have to decide where she's going. Lots of expansion and growth. A lot of introspection here. Is the fork in the road when she needs to really figure out her purpose or where she wants to go. A lot of support she'll have with the Six of Pentacles. Leadership and authority. Once she decides this is what she'll decide. And things will start happening quickly for her, wherever she goes. In her career, she'll be successful. Her and AOC, they're both in the same line of power. They did, Angel, they did have, but we voted for her. They'll pass soon. No. I feel like Grassley or McConnell will pass soon. Mitch McConnell has, like, sometime next year, perhaps. Same Ataraxis. Donald Trump is the oldest president in history. I don't think anyone's too young. If you are very intelligent, if you know how to lead, why the freak not? Why not? Why not? Because, listen, we have Donald Trump. So, good night, Glinda. Yeah, we're about to wrap up. Oh, yeah, he's older, right? Second oldest, then. Good night. Good night, LLC. Good night, Glinda. Are any of your spirit guides known historical figures? Do you feel drawn to any historical figures? Good night, Ataraxis. No? No, Karen. You are surrounded. A lot of your guides are ancestors. Very ancient. They're very ancient. Oh, the Buddha. No. No. He's finished. I predicted that a long time ago. He's done. He's toast. He's cooked. He's so gross, and his forehead's so big. Could play a movie on that thing. Right. Like a evil cartoon character. All right, guys. He looks like the guy. Butthead. Someone called him that, I remember. Michelle Obama hates politics. She would be, but she hates it. She did not enjoy being the first lady. Thank you, guys. Have a happy eclipse. Someone was nice, chosen one. It was fun. Thank you, guys. I'll see you guys Monday. I'm just taking off my earrings. Bye. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Rest up. Thank you for all of you. Please like the video if you haven't. Oh, thank you, Linda. Thank you, Frank. Can't thank you enough for bringing this community together. You're very welcome. It's against and what their motives might be, especially when it comes to politics and medicine. Huh? Oh, that's good, Alina. I do the same thing. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Chosen One. Good night, guys.